This is Shutters Inc. with Bruce Williams and Glynn Lavender.
Hi and welcome to episode 580 of Shutters Inc. This is Bruce Williams from shuttersincpodcast.com, and joining me once again from Melbourne, Victoria, from creativephotoworkshops.com.au is Mr. Glynn Lavender. How are you?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I'm good. And you?
Excellent. Me? Other than my face, I'm fine.
Well, I thought that for many years, but what specifically do?
Just on this horrible cream for skin cancer.
Your Botox looks absolutely horrendous.
Yeah,
mate. I think they've really botched it.
It is brutal. Anyway,
they've left the bottom part of your skin, of your face, like below your eyes. It's not even red at all. It doesn't even matter.
Right.
It's not blazing red, shiny thing that's on the top of your head.
I said to Kath, I feel like the Nazi from the first Indiana Jones movie, you know?
Yes, this is face melt. That's exactly what you look like, you Nazi, you.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, so for those who not know, poor old Bruce has got some cream on his face. It's inflaming his poor face. It looks like it's swollen, shiny, hard red plastic.
Yeah. It's
Blotchy,
basically designed
red
to burn off cancer or cells that could become cancerous later on if we don't do something
basically
about
burns
them
off
now.
the top 5 layers of your skin.
That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it.
Across the whole top of your head.
Yep. So anyway.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look painful, at least by the looks of it. It looks like it could be quite pleasant, you know? Would that be misconstruing the situation?
Far from pleasant.
And how much longer do you have to suffer this pain for? How long before it goes down?
They wanted me to do it for 14 days, and I got to 10 days and just went, no, I cannot keep going. This is just killing me. And this has been 2.5 days since I put any cream on. So it was,
what did it look like before? How bad was it yesterday?
It was worse, yeah.
Wow.
It was really...
You've got to take a selfie and use that as the cover for this episode, because people need to see this.
Oh, I don't think people need to.
No, they do, because no one's going to believe how bad it actually is unless they see a photo of it.
Yeah.
So if you don't, I'm going to screen capture this and do it. So there's your options.
Yeah.
And as that, I just screen captured. So there. So if you don't do it, I will.
Yeah. How have you been?
Yeah, I've been pretty good. It's been 2 weeks already since the last podcast?
Yeah, it's been about 4 or 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because you forgot to put the podcast out again, didn't you?
No, I'm pretty sure the last one went out on time.
Yeah, but just after. But
it was the one before
like,
that.
We recorded last episode, and then you put out the episode before that after.
Because what happened was I went to upload the last episode that we recorded, and went, hang on, why is the last one that was published 2 episodes ago? And then I've gone into the dashboard of WordPress, and the one that supposedly should have gone out, a month prior, hadn't actually released. So I made it manually released, and then allowed the follow-up to go out, a day behind it or something.
So they got 2 in like a week.
They got 2 in 2 days. Yeah.
Those poor bastards.
Exactly.
You could have given them you could have stretched that one out a couple more weeks, and that way reduce the pain. I've been pretty well. I've doing stuff. I guess I can't remember what, because I never listened to our episodes. I have no idea what we talked about in the last one.
The last thing we talked about was the Bright Festival of Photography, I think.
Was it? I don't know.
I think
that was in October.
Because you were talking about shooting in Dunnies.
Oh, yeah, we did shoot in Dunnies. We did definitely shoot in Dunnies. Let's see what's happened. I've run a couple of workshops, a natural light workshop and a flash workshop, maybe even 2 flash workshops. Depends how long it's been since the last time we actually recorded.
Yeah, right.
My new camera arrived.
Oh, this is the Fuji.
So the Fuji finally arrived, and I got to tell you, Bruce, it is
the sexy.
Sex on a stick.
The sexy.
Sex on a stick. Look at this.
Isn't that the brand? The model number is the sexy.
Just look at those beautiful little dials on top of the camera.
That's great.
And look at what's this on the lens. Look at that. See what that is on the lens?
Yeah, an aperture ring.
It's called an aperture ring, and you know what the thing in front of it is?
A lens cap.
Focus ring.
Oh,
it's a focus ring. So you get to manually focus.
Gotta love that.
I haven't actually tried to manually focus, or maybe it has to be on manual. Oh, it is on manual. Maybe the lens. I think the lens hood's getting in the way of me actually manually focusing.
Yeah, that's the thing I find with the 100mm macro as well.
Yeah, really?
If you've got the lens cap in reverse mode, like in storage mode, it does tend to interfere with getting your fingers on the focusing part of the barrel.
Yeah, I mean, I can't foresee myself manually focusing particularly much.
Too much, yeah.
Because, the whole point of buying better cameras with better autofocus than I was using, the eyes aren't very good anymore. But just this evening, it could be hard to see on screen here, but I put a skin on the body, so it's actually a black body. But if you can see it, kind of looks like a grey, metallic grey colour. Yeah. So it's, my body's actually a metallic grey now, which is kind of cool.
Where did the skin come from?
Temu.
Oh,
or it could be AliExpress, yeah. So all these people make them for them, and the precision cut sticky vinyl stuff too. They're over every single hole. Even the label that says Fuji XE5, there's a cut out tiny hole because you can see through it. And as long as you're moderately useful at laying stuff down. Now I was going to get my wife to do it because I'm usually pretty crap. Yeah. But I tried to do it myself, and I did an okay job.
Yeah, right. Is it difficult to align the bits?
Not massively, and you can lift off and reposition without it losing too much of its stickiness, which is good. Right. So it protects the body, but also makes yours a bit unique.
Yeah, right.
There's no such thing as a bit unique. It's either unique or it's not. So mine's as unique as everyone else who's done it to theirs, in the same colour. It's more personalised. Is the word I'm thinking of. Personalised. I've just realised I've lost my little red button for the top of it.
Oh, no.
Must have come off whilst I was trying to put the skin on.
You can't take over the world now.
It's supposed to be over in the lounge. Must be in the lounge room floor. But look for that, because it doesn't look anywhere near as sexy with that on. And I put a screen protector on the camera for the first time ever.
Cat's eaten it by now, mate.
Put a screen protector on for the first time ever. Yeah. And as you can see, the massive bubble in the corner here, because I can't put screen protectors on. But because it's got an exposed screen, where other cameras you can fold the screen away. No, protect that. So I went on whilst I was waiting for it to arrive, I went on a bit of a mad accessory buying
spree.
Spree's the word we're looking for. Yeah. So I bought this sexy lens hood that you're seeing just there already, but it's very sexy cap too.
Nice.
Yes, right. And then I got this little half leather case.
Yeah.
But at first I bought the grip that gave you that clicks on the bottom gives you a better grip, and then I decided I preferred the case. So I've now got both options. Right. But no, I won't, because you can only use one at a time.
So is the extra grip like a vertical grip?
No, it's just because the grip on the camera is not massively huge. It just raises the bump a bit more there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, gotcha. So it's just a little bit more purchase. Then I got myself a little 14mm 2.8.
Nice.
Which, as you can see, is pretty tiny. Now, one of my favourite accessories.
Sorry, before you move on from that thought, is the sensor APS-C or micro four thirds?
Yes, so 14 APS-C, so 14 becomes 21.
Yep, nice.
So it's a 21. So I've got effectively a 35 on the camera, a 21, and I'll get about a 50 or a 60 mil as well. That'd be my kit. And one of my most favourite accessories is this, which is a dual battery charger.
Yeah. In a box,
but it also holds memory cards. The couple of cards.
Sweet.
It's got little slots for memory cards.
Yeah.
LED display that shows you
how much it's charged.
Power.
Nice.
But it's also a battery charger. It's actually a power bank.
Oh wow!
So you can charge your batteries on the go.
Yeah, right.
So you can carry. So you'll always have power.
Yep.
Well, as long as you don't shoot through all of this power as well. But it's got a power bank which charges the batteries with no requirement for external power.
That's sweet.
Which is it's a neat little package. So a couple of memory cards, a couple of batteries.
Nice.
And it can charge your phone too if you have to. So you connect your phone to it and it'll charge your phone. So that's kind of cool.
Nice.
And I got a bunch of other stuff. Just buying crazy stuff, but I've been out and shopped with it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Not any real anger yet. Yeah, just a little trying to get a feel. And I'm finding I'm not paying any attention to shutter speeds or apertures. So I've got to start paying some attention. I just aim and press. But there's a certain joy. There's a certain pleasure, tactile pleasure in just holding it to the eye like a traditional rangefinder camera.
Is it an optical viewfinder?
No, it's a
it's
that's so the Fuji X100 has the best viewfinder in the world as far as I'm concerned, because it's optical,
right?
But you flick a switch and a little screen comes up inside the viewfinder and it's then digital.
Wow!
So you have the best of both worlds, which I think that's quite a remarkable little bit of technology.
And what made you go for this one over that one?
Interchangeable lenses.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I mean the goal is with the Sony, I'm going to have as my standard travel lens will be the 35 to 150.
Yep.
The Fuji X100 has a fixed 35mm lens. So carrying two cameras with 35 is kind of pointless.
Yep.
So my normal walking around everyday shooting lens will be the 35, but when I'm on tour, I'll have the 21 on. Yeah. So I'll have 35 and 21. Then if I really get desperate, I can pull my 16 to 35 out of the bag for the Sony. If we're shooting in a location for a period of time, and but for quick random stuff, it'll do the job. So pretty pleased with that. It even comes with a damn fine strap, with probably the best strap I've seen with a camera for years.
My God, it looks like a nope rope.
Impossible to put it on. But it's just a round rope.
Yeah, it looks like a snake. So I said it looks like a nope rope.
I know it looks quality. It feels quality. It sits nicely. I don't know. It's well thought out. God forbid someone's thought out well stuff. So I haven't had as much time as I'd like to actually sort of fiddle and play with it, but I'm as in to learn all the buttons and the dials and get all the dials set up the way I want to. This button does that, and then remember what that button does, because that's it's easy enough to program these things. It's hard enough to remember which ones you programmed. But to this point in time, I feel justified in my thought processes that it feels the right feel for me, if you know what I mean. When I'm holding it, I feel I want to take photos, Bruce.
Well, that's the main thing.
Well, but that's not ever been a thing for me for years.
Yeah, I know.
It's not that I don't want. I mean, I like going out and shooting, but this makes me want to shoot more.
Well, that's
that's
great.
Because the experience of holding it and touching it is very tactile, and that's all kind of nice, you know.
Yep.
I don't know if the things I'll see in those times that are just wandering around will be worthy of taking photos of.
So 3 or 4 episodes ago, when you mentioned the idea of acquiring a camera of this sort, the very words that you used were you were looking for something that would slow you down.
Yeah.
Do you feel it's done that?
No, because that's why I'm not paying any attention to shutter speeds or apertures. So I've got to pay attention and slow myself down. But at the same time, I said I haven't really shot anything of any value, of any real interest to me to actually want to think about the photo. So I've mostly just been shooting on aperture priority and just spinning the exposure compensation dial. So not a lot of thought into the actual shooting process yet.
Shooting on auto ISO or a fixed ISO?
Don't know.
Okay.
Possibly, yes.
One of the two.
I haven't really paid enough attention.
Have you read the manual yet?
No, there's no manual. There's even a manual in the box. Mate, there must be a downloadable one somewhere, but I haven't found a link to it.
Yeah, right.
Which is hilarious. But the thing I hate the most about it, I can't get the freaking memory card out.
Why?
Well, my hands are just too big to get into the little tiny slot because it sits next to the battery, and the only way I can get it out, I'm going to lick my finger and my thumb, rub them together, get a little bit of purchase going. Then eventually, on the outsides of the memory card, I've got to grab it just in the very corners and tug for 35 seconds to try and get the damn thing. And sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't.
So it's not a push down and it then ejects kind of.
Well, it does, but not only a little bit, and you still got to then pull the rest of the way.
Oh, right.
It doesn't fire. If you ever use like micro SD, some of those when you push down, it launches out like 30 feet.
Exactly.
You ain't finding that sucker. You're not finding that sucker ever again.
They're like the toaster from hell. They just inject your toast into the next room.
They're just horrendous, So I'm almost thinking I've got to carry a pair of tweezers with me.
Yeah,
to get the memory card out.
You'd be like Edward Scissorhands with a couple of pieces of metal taped to your fingers.
just so funny, It's like it's a strange design, that little bit, but so I'm pretty happy.
Cool.
And the thing is, again, I waited so long to get a loan one to test it,
right,
that I gave up and just ordered it without ever using one.
Right.
So I bought 2 new cameras without ever having used either of them, which is kind of not to me.
That's a leap of faith.
It is. You're spending $7 grand or whatever, and sight unseen, and you hope it's going to do what you want.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it seems like it is.
Yeah.
Only time will tell.
Nice.
Yeah. If you hear me buying another Sony to run the Sony on the other side, we'll know after my next trip. I reckon one trip of actually full exposure to constant shooting for 2 weeks it'll certainly let you know one way or another whether it's a feasible system or not. But even if it's not, and even if I have to go buy another camera for tours, this I'm going to love just carrying around and taking photos of the family and stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that either, so and it's just nice to look at. So even if I don't take photos with it, I can just look at it. And that can be enough. Not really, but it does suit. But it does fulfill that childhood dream of owning a Minolta CLE or a Leica CL little rangefinder camera. It's got all that vibe and feel and size that the 17-year-old me lusted after for years and years. So that's kind of nice if you can't fulfill some of those little dreams in your life.
Totally.
But it's not as painful as being a freaking film camera. Now, one other thing I've been experimenting with as well, I bought a new laptop. That's one thing.
Okay.
I bought a new Mac. I've been spending big, crazy. I bought a new MacBook because my old MacBook, it was only 2020, but with the size of the files with the A7V R5, whatever it's called, everything was just going too slow, so I bought a new laptop. And then I upgraded my Luminar Neo, which is my main software that I use.
Oh, okay. And
their new version has this new feature called Light Depth. And
light what?
Depth, DEPTH.
Oh, okay.
Light depth. So what it basically is, let's say you're doing a landscape, it analyzes your photo, then you can create a band of light that you can move forward and backwards in the scene, backwards to the mountains, forwards to the house in the middle of the thing, up front to maybe the brick fence or whatever it is, the old rocky fence.
Is this a grayscale image that's like a depth map that you would find in...
Basically, it's a depth map.
Right.
And it's an expandable depth map that you can then move anywhere you want through the image and whatever intensity of light that you want.
Wow.
And it's darkening anything outside of that light, that depth map as well.
Yeah, right.
And that's controllable how much it darkens, so you can have it lighter or darker. But it's really quite remarkable that you can just dial up this thing and then literally move this thing backwards and forwards and watch it completely change the scene.
Wow.
And it's like, wow.
On a JPEG image?
Well, on a JPEG or a RAW, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine on a RAW, it's got more depth to work with.
It's got more data to play with.
Yeah, to play with. But on a well-exposed JPEG, it's still going to do, because effectively it's just dodging and burning, but on a selective little pathway.
Yeah.
And it's quite remarkable. I don't know how much I'm going to use it as a tool personally, but if I was a landscape shooter, it would certainly allow me to pull focus on certain parts of a scene as a quick starting point, and then I could feather and dodge and burn or whatever to craft a little bit more delicately.
Yep.
But so for anyone who hasn't seen that and is curious, go look at the myriad of YouTube videos that are out there on it. But Luminar Neo Light Depth.
Yeah.
So that's kind of been my my photography stuff for the last couple of weeks.
Nice. So as we are recording, it is Thursday night, which means that in the US it's probably the early hours of Thanksgiving morning.
Ah, yes.
Which means that tomorrow is Black Friday.
Yeah. So today you give
sales
thanks
galore.
Today you give thanks for everything you've got, and tomorrow you go and buy more stuff to be thankful for next year.
That's right.
That's the way it works. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm thankful for what I've got, but I want more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of...
Why was I bringing that up? Oh, I was bringing that up to say, or to ask, have you seen any particularly interesting Black Sales, specials this year? Anything that really caught your eye?
No.
Either hardware or software?
No.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah, and I'm sure I actually feel like there was something I saw earlier. But whilst it's not a Black Friday sale, I did see Canon have released or are releasing a new 45mm 1.2 lens.
Wow.
But it's only Australian dollars, $7.99.
That seems extraordinarily cheap.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the same
for a 1.2.
It's not the same glass quality as their full-on stuff, but if you're just an everyday shooter, that seems extraordinarily good value. And
is that a lens designed for full frame or for APS-C?
For full frame or APS-C, apparently.
Okay.
It will work on both. So 45mm 1.2 for the R series mirrorless cameras, and that's
so it's not an L series lens.
No, that's the thing. So it's not the high end lens, but not everyone needs to have high end lenses. Yeah. So I'm using this 14mm TT Artisan. I shouldn't say that loud. TT Artisan's lens for the Fuji.
Yeah.
I may buy the actual Fuji one at some point, but as a starting point, that's it's a no-name lens effectively. So not everything has to be the highest level or the most expensive lenses. But I did see that was released about 2 weeks ago, and I thought that's might be quite a nice lens for a bunch of people. I think personally, if you're an APS-C shooter, it's actually not the perfect portrait lens.
Because that's what, about 60mm? Not quite. 55?
Oh no, because it's 1.5 times crop, so half again of
so
45. So
22, so 67?
67, say 70mm f1.2.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice focal range for a portrait. So
totally.
I did. What did I see that was on eBay that was going dirt cheap? That was because eBay got like 30% off deals.
Probably all my lenses.
Well. Yeah. Hey, how's that been going?
Terribly.
I told you.
Actually, I've got a mate up in Brisbane. I think I mentioned this on the last episode.
Yeah.
So he's bought all of my A mount glass.
All of it.
Yeah.
He did a deal for the whole bunch.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
I said,
that's probably the best way to do it.
He got a hell of a good deal. Like, he's given me $1,250, and he's got my 20mm prime, my 135mm prime, both of which are 2.8. My 70 to 200 2.8.
Wow.
And a Tamron 2875 2.8 macro. So he's done very well.
That's but at the end of the day,
but the thing is, it was just sitting in a drawer here at my place. It was never going to get used again, and I figure, hey, if he can get some use out of it, and I get a little bit of cash back, it's a win-win for everyone.
And that's the thing. I mean, it's probably good value. I mean, he got a good deal, but it's probably what it's worth.
Yeah, exactly. There's just no market for A mount these days. And
that's the great thing. If you're not, I've got to have the latest and greatest camera, you can go out and buy great value stuff like that and get incredible kits for less than the price of one lens.
Exactly.
Since 2005, Shutters Inc. has been a labour of love, but beyond the time required to produce it, there is also a financial commitment. If you find value in the podcast and would like to help keep the servers running, hit up the Patreon link, which is in the show notes. Even a couple of dollars a month will help. Much appreciated. Now, back to the podcast.
And as you know, that your 850,
Yeah.
850 was it? Remarkable camera.
Oh,
yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah. So, you know,
I mean, shows its age today only in the area of low light noise. That's really what lets it down against my A7 III.
yeah.
Everything else about it is brilliant.
I remember I helped launch the Nikon D700
Yeah.
for Nikon Australia.
Geez, that would have been what, 06, 07, thereabouts?
Yeah, it's nigh on 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But I remember going out. We had to produce some 24 by 36 inch prints for the launch night,
Yeah.
and we went out shooting some nighttime. And the whole big buzz about this was this low light performance.
Right.
And we went out shooting at 3200 ISO.
Yeah.
And enlarging to 24 by 36, and we're blown away, absolutely blown away
Yeah.
by the quality and the color and the lack of noise.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're getting your shots perfectly exposed, you're shooting in normal sort of city nighttime lighting. You can still, even a 20-year-old camera could produce remarkable shots.
Yeah.
God knows how much you could pick one of those up for these days. It would cost you nothing, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be said for that older stuff, isn't there? You know.
Yeah.
Awful lot to be said. So your buddy's laughing all the way to the bank,
Yeah.
and you got some cash you wouldn't have had otherwise. So it's
Exactly.
good, you know.
Yeah.
So what are you going to buy with it?
Well, like I said, I bought the 100mm macro with it, so that was
that's
half
right,
of it. So
yeah. Have you used it much?
Not on anything super duper serious, although I did try and shoot some portraiture with it of a work colleague the other day. And what I found was, even with focus peaking, I was struggling to nail the focus on the eyes.
Yeah.
And so what I was doing, what I ended up doing, was switching it to motor drive, and then
And
then fire
It was
off
like focus stacking.
Yeah, and then ever so slightly just leaning my body forward and backward as I was shooting that burst, figuring that at least one of them is going to be in the zone.
How'd you go?
Yeah. It totally worked. Totally worked.
Yeah.
But
A fix for everything. You look kind of weird, but yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying about with this Fuji. Whilst I can get manual focus lenses, I don't know if my eyesight's good enough, even with things like focus peaking and are my hands steady enough and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
To give me any confidence that I'll get any percentage of decent shots. You know, and Fuji's autofocus is bad enough to start with without trusting the manual focus. And by bad, I mean bad compared to Sony and stuff, which are class leading, of course. It's funny you mentioned doing photos for work colleagues. I got a desperation call out last night from a friend as a nurse, as a doctor, and she was doing a headshots for one of her friends who I think is a nurse or a doctor as well. She sends me the photo and everything's green, all green. And I'm going, what was your white balance on? She goes, I was on flash. I'm going, well, flash, and she wasn't using flash; she was using natural light. Yeah, but that should warm the tones up, if anything. And this thing is green,
right?
And I know she's got no photo editing skills, so I said, send them to me. Yeah, and let me have a look. And I sat there for friggin' ever trying to get this green cast out. And eventually, I have to describe where she was shooting. So she's trying to shoot in shade, so it's even lighting. But there's the part of the building's green, and the light's bouncing off that,
right?
And of course, taking on the color. So if you imagine, it's this god awful, just lime green across everything. And how hard it is then to bring someone who's got pale skin, who's a redhead, back to some semblance of...
Because the red channel would have just been nil. There'd be nothing in the red channel.
Yeah. And so... and with my limited ability for post-production, but I managed to get some semblance of humanity.
Was she shooting RAW or JPEG?
RAW, fortunately.
Right.
That gave me a little wiggle room, but yeah, that's just, it's just a case again for, if we're shooting, got to look out for stuff like that. What's light bouncing off? What's the, and maybe even be checking your shots whilst you're shooting, because that stands out in the back of the screen. Now she's a startup photographer. Now she's never going to be a photographer. She likes taking photos, which is a vastly different thing. Yeah, but it's like, I'm sure people with actual photoshopping skills could have done a much better job, but it was horrible flat light to start with. So even the light, nothing was dynamic.
So even if you got the color balance right, the light was still flat. Yeah,
still soft, and it made it look soft because made it look unsharp because the light was soft as all get out. Yeah. So it's just funny you mentioned doing those headshots. It reminded me of that's what I spent half my morning this morning doing. Right, is fixing those photos. Yeah. It's funny stuff.
And your light depth in Luminar Neo couldn't have recovered it?
Well, funnily enough, it did actually an amazing job. Right. So it actually brought quite a lot of light to the face and no light anywhere else. So
enabled you to introduce a bit of contrast.
But Luminar also has tools for just the face and skin. So you can just add face light just by a slider, and it kicks light on the face. Okay. So that actually did a better directional job than where the Luminar light depth was. The light felt like it was coming from below.
Right.
Yeah, where
Blair Witch style.
It wasn't bad, but it had a bit of a feel for it. But you've also got in Luminar Neo, you can basically put a virtual light source anywhere you want and have light coming from that direction. So I could have faked a studio light or an off-camera flashlight or natural light coming from a different angle to make it a bit more interesting. Maybe I should have tried that too, but there's quite a lot of stuff you can do in Luminar to fix things, and all the photos, their eyes are a bit squinty too, which didn't help, you know. So you have to use the Luminar AI eye enlarge feature to enlarge the eye.
Bit of eye replacement, bit of light replacement.
Bit of head replacement, bit of hair replacement, and change the body. Perfect. Just send back one of my photos.
And then replace the building.
Exactly. Well, the background looked like to be stairs.
Right.
Yeah, the steps coming out of the building, so the background wasn't the most exciting of backgrounds either. But
it'd be interesting to know what would happen if you took one of those images and threw it into something like Midjourney and said, reinterpret this.
I put it into ChatGPT.
Oh, okay. And
it came back with much better skin colours than I could produce. But and much more even lighting than I could produce.
Yeah, right.
But its exposure was not good. Its output file size was too small.
Yeah,
because everything was even flatter. But it certainly fixed the green.
Yeah,
and certainly fixed the light and fixed the lighting on the face.
Wow,
and did quite a decent job of that. But
I've got to say, I am really conflicted about AI right now. You know, there are so many things that AI is creeping into that I feel like I don't need your frickin' artificially hallucinatory crap input. But then there are things like what we've just discussed where you go, sometimes it can be so frickin' helpful.
Yeah.
You know?
The quandary, isn't it? Yeah, and that's the responsible use of AI. You know,
yeah.
But it's also a time thing. So if you're an event photographer or a wedding photographer, and you can upload your entire event to there's a really good company called Imagen, IMAGEN.
Yep.
You upload, and their AI will even out the exposure on everything, contrast of all, and it'll even sort your photos for you.
Yeah,
does all that labor intensive work.
I think it does like your star ratings, where it picks out the images where everyone's eyes are open and looking at the camera, and
does a lot of stuff like that. So you can see, well, there's a good use of AI. It's not necessarily changing the images.
That's the kind of thing I want the AI to do, is do the menial crap. Not be artistic. Leave that to the humans.
Not write songs and do creative art. Yeah.
Freaking Suno.
There's a lovely photographer from Geelong called Margaret Metcalf, who at the recent Ballarat Photo Biennale did a whole exhibition on AI generated video stills that start to move, but the still started out as AI generated,
right?
And the stuff she was doing was fabulous, it was beautiful, incredibly well lit and emotive, and powerful stuff. But
look, I still have a Midjourney subscription, and you go onto I can't even think of what they call their gallery page, but all of the featured stuff for the day, and you see some of it and you just go, man, that is incredible.
Generated in minutes.
and I think a lot of it comes down to your ability to prompt, and I think that's a huge skill right now is being able to feed a great prompt to an image or video generating AI algorithm.
So is that where the artist is now, in your ability to generate the right prompts and tweak that vision? Is that much different than what an artist would have done but using a pen and ink or pen and paint? And
I don't know if you use Midjourney, but you can click on any of those images that are in the gallery, and you can actually load the prompt into a text box, so you can actually see what the person who created that particular piece of art used as their text prompt, which is just amazing, because you sit there and go, my God, how do you even come up with that prompt? What
was your inspiration? And that's always been the way with anything to do with artists, isn't it? Where did they get that idea from? Where did that fully formed concept already envisioned in your head, and you're just putting it down,
Yeah, and I will admit to once or twice wanting to create an AI-generated image, maybe for a thumbnail from a Darktable channel or something like that, and being stuck for how to prompt it. So I've asked Gemini, this is what I want.
Script, absolutely.
Write me a prompt for Midjourney.
And how does that work out?
It works out beautifully. It's worked really well.
Well, it's like the songs I made for BFOP. I went into ChatGPT and told ChatGPT, this is the theme and everything else. Write me the lyrics themed around this style of song, which it did. I then took those lyrics into a song generator, and generated a song based on the lyrics that was my initial concept, fleshed out by ChatGPT, and then. And it's like, wow, it's so it is a dilemma,
Strange times we live in.
Of course, the problems, of course, was when we can't tell the difference. When people have cloned people's likenesses and voices, and they're talking to you, and you don't know if you're talking to a real person or not. There's all sorts of future dilemmas going to be happening there.
Totally.
Which to me is a far greater concern than is AI copying people's art forms. Because doesn't everyone else copy art as well anyway? Is it not? Nothing new under the sun. I don't know. It's a tricky. And I personally have no issue with AI. I don't. My son, you mentioned AI, then he'll scream at you. Don't you ever mention bloody AI? It's so massively anti-AI. You can't even say the word AI. It's not actually a word. It's an acronym. But anyway, so you can't even say that he hates it that much. But I'm fairly ambivalent to it. And if you use it to create art or to make your photos better, or to help you write an essay better, or whatever, but a job application, that's all okay.
I was having a conversation with someone only yesterday, and I said, I really feel like, even though it's such early days in the timeline of the existence of AI, I feel like there's already starting to be a backlash against the technology. But then I come back to how I started this conversation, in that I am conflicted, because there are times when I love it and there are times when I hate it.
Yeah.
Well,
my wife's new company, she had a professional development day the other week, where Amazon came in and their AI company came in, and the entire day was to build your own AI assistant.
Wow.
So every staff member in the company's got to have a virtual assistant, and that virtual assistant keeps track of appointments and timings and scheduling, monthly reports. It pulls the data from all the monthly areas to get all the and compiles the reports and sends. So all the menial tasks that you do in your job, will have a virtual assistant to do everything for them, to book travel, to do absolutely everything for them. Yeah, so leaves them chance to focus on dealing with the customer, with their relationship stuff.
Yeah, this morning as I was driving to the train station, I was listening to Destination Linux, which is a Linux podcast. One of the hosts was saying, yes, you've got some companies who are laying off huge swathes of the workforce to replace them with AI, but the smart companies are the ones who are giving the AI tools to their employees to make their job easier and more efficient, and all exactly what you've just described with Kat's company. And I think, it's an interesting take, give everybody the tools and, train them on the tools.
I could still imagine it's going to make people lose their jobs, because
absolutely.
If your job entails 20 hours a week being bogged down doing crap, and you're no longer doing that 20 hours a week bogged down in crap, well, what are you filling those 20 hours with?
Yeah.
And if the company doesn't see the value in that, what you're building with that other 20 hours, then that could come to a bit of an impasse.
Well, hopefully the smart companies would say, if we're paying you for 40 and we've just taken 20 hours of your work off the plate, then either we halve your salary, or you double your output.
Yeah, and what if you can't double your output? There's no.
Well, if you've got those tools doing all that stuff for you, maybe you can. I don't know.
Well, but an example, my wife's company, she has X amount of clients, that she has a panel of clients that she works for.
Yeah.
There's only X amount.
It's going to vary from platform.
But if you're a salesman, as an example, in a store, you can't, because AI is now taking care of all your paperwork and stuff. You can't suddenly find twice as many customers.
Yes and no. They've
got to come into the store.
It could very well. Yeah, absolutely. If the store is not getting the foot traffic, then that's a problem. Yeah. But if half of your working week that was paperwork has been taken off, then it gives you more time as a salesperson to be on the floor to interact with customers, presuming, of course, that there are customers walking in the door. Yeah,
and of course it means there'll be more salespeople on the floor, because everyone's got the same boat. Let's say there's 15 salespeople. Yeah. Those 15 people on the floor twice as often for no increase in customers. So all of a sudden, four or five of those guys are about to lose their job.
Yeah.
Because they've now got 15 people on the floor when they only need 8.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So that's the dilemma.
Yeah.
When you streamline stuff, it has an impact. Yeah.
And it'll be different from industry to industry. I mean, it's not.
And isn't that what happened with the Industrial Revolution?
Oh, totally.
It's just a shift in paradigm, and who knows where it's going to leave us.
We're
getting really old.
We no longer have the guy whose job it was to walk down the street tapping on the windows to wake you up at 4:00 in the morning to go to your job, because now we all have alarm clocks.
Well, you no longer have the guy who used to walk in front of the car with a flag to show there was a car coming. So that guy's lost his job a long time ago. There's, I heard of a strange job recently that I think still a job in parts of America. They're called night knockers.
Okay,
and they're a form of policeman, but not a policeman, more, but not quite a security guard, but they're employed by the police department, and they walk around small towns at night, and they're checking for doors are locked, and they're marking their route that they've been to certain places, and they're night knockers. They're checking stuff out, and they're maintaining. And that seems a very quaint, old-fashioned type of job, but I hear it's still I'm sure it's not a massively popular job, or there's thousands of people doing it, but it's almost like one of those people who still do shoes for horses, as an example.
A farrier,
yes. There's a lot smaller job group of people doing that than used to be.
Totally.
Fascinating stuff. So AI, who knows? I'd like to know if anyone if anyone's listening.
Yeah.
Is there anybody out there? If anyone's listening, what their experience is.
There?
Put something out there. Put something in their Facebook post and just tell us. Yeah, are you for? You just say for or against.
Yeah.
Just put down against to it. We'd love to, especially if you've never commented. Long time listener, first time commenter. I'd love that because we get 2/3 to 3/4 of 0 on our podcast page. So
that's right.
Anyway.
So, do you want to tell me about these couple of things you sent me on the text?
I've got two things that I came across this week. One was this guy put there's trail cams, there's wildlife trail cams into bear caves in 2016 and never went back. And then he's just recently gone back to these bear caves and gone inside them. And both of them have been knocked on the floor. One of them been burst open. Right. The other one was knocked down the floor, but not quite. But he opened it, pressed the button, it turned on instantly after a decade. It was only running on AA batteries.
Wow!
And it picked up that one had 262 videos on it. And they hit play on the first one, and there's this mountain lion walking into this cave and looking around and turning around and walking out. And he's got all these tons of videos of 10 years or however long they were pointing the right direction of animals coming into these caves.
Wow.
What a bizarre...
So clearly the camera was just motion activated, so it was only using the battery when there was motion.
Yep.
Hence why it lasted so
stayed
long.
For months.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was really cool. And
was it deliberate that he left it for so long?
He never actually explained why he never went back.
How bizarre.
So it's like the link I put there's like a 15-minute YouTube video to the journey of him and his mate going back into the hills to find the caves and see what was inside them and so on. So kind of a fun watch. And the other one was this amazing guy, an aerial photographer who was also a Photoshop pioneer and paved the way for Photoshop and today's AI photo apps.
In what way?
So saying, just the techniques he used in his photographs have been techniques that Photoshop has taken inspiration from, and therefore AI. So his name was Alfred Buckham. He used to fly in biplanes, just stand up, tie his leg to the chair, stand up and shoot from all sorts of spots. And if you flick through the photos, there's one especially of Christ the Redeemer, which is just remarkable, from like 1931. But here's the thing. Looking at all these photos, most of these photos, they're all composites.
What?
So he was a darkroom wizard using multiple plates and compositing the images to show
as he was
not
exposing
the reality. Yeah, well, not as he's shooting
as in exposing the paper
in the darkroom.
Wow.
And creating these epic, remarkable images.
Wow.
That told stories and showed the world in a way that had never been seen before.
That is crazy.
I know. There's one that's of a single biplane flying over the top of Edinburgh Castle.
Yes, I'm just looking at it. Yeah,
and that's just takes pride of place in the National Gallery of Scotland, and everyone but it's a composite.
Wow.
Yeah, but remarkably well done composites for 1920s and 1930s.
Yeah. Jeez.
It was involved in 9 plane crashes. The last one, he had to have his larynx taken out. Removed because of the crash. But as the article starts out with...
This is the guy who inspired the don't text and drive ads.
But the article starts out with Alfred Buckham was an aerial photographer who took to the skies at a time when pilots' lives were measured in weeks, not years.
Wow.
And he's a master manipulator in the darkroom and paved the way for Photoshop and AI photo apps. So I thought it was really cool. It's just a remarkable work.
That's phenomenal.
And again... someone I've never heard of. Yeah,
no.
Yeah, it's just amazing that there's all these people out there that, to be discovered. Yeah, not unknown people, but unknown to us.
Yeah, wow.
Discover and to marvel at their ability and skill from way back when. Yeah,
100 years ago.
Yeah, stunning stuff. So hope people enjoy looking at those.
Awesome. All right. Well,
so that was it.
Those links will be in the show notes.
And your face will be the cover.
I'll just I'll grab a shot with my phone. That'll do.
That might make it worse.
Yeah.
Make it look as bad as you can.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well, mate, good to chat.
You too, mate. Yeah, you could squeeze one
You're
more.
You're looking well, and you are sounding well.
Thank you, mate. I'm okay.
Are you still riding your bike?
No.
Right. Are you walking?
3 or 4 times a week.
Okay. Every second
Not too
day?
bad. Yeah. So.
Okay.
But as in determined actually going out to walk.
Yeah.
But when I go out like shops and stuff, I walk fast.
Okay.
I don't stroll. I walk with determination.
Excellent.
So.
Excellent.
Yeah. We'll see.
Cool.
We'll see what the doc says next time we go visit. But, I've got Bangladesh before then, so I'll survive that, you know.
All right, mate. Well, you look after yourself.
No worries, mate. You too.
Hope your
head starts to feel better.
Yeah.
Let's squeeze one more in before Christmas. Let's do a Christmas show.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's another thing. If people out there, send in your Christmas wish list. What you're hoping to get for Christmas on a Facebook page.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Let's get some interaction, people. I'd love to hear from you.
Do you know what? This is the definition of slackness.
Oh, slack?
Right?
Yeah.
In May of this year, this podcast celebrated its 20th anniversary, and we never said boo. So, 5 months ago.
Oh, 21's the big birthday in Australia anyway, really. You know? You have your 18th and your 21st. They're the big birthdays down this part of the world.
Right. That's right. We'll do that.
Next May. Perfect. Okay, mate. Lovely to see you. Hope your head gets better.
Thanks, mate.
Bye, all.
Bye.
You've been listening to Shutters Inc. For questions, comments, and feedback, email theboys@shuttersincpodcast.com.